Hi guys, welcome to Graphics IT Career Cafe. Today I'll share a few tips that will help you to learn Python programming. In our previous video, we explained why Python is a good program if you want to start learning to code. Python is highly versatile and can be used to build websites for machine learning algorithms or even an autonomous drone. Lots of developers in the world use Python, and for a very good reason. However, learning any new programming language can be intimidating, but if you follow these steps, it can actually be very fun to learn Python. Most tutorials assume that you need to learn all of the Python syntax before you can start doing anything interesting. This leads to you spending months upon months just learning syntax when all you really want to do is build a website or write a machine learning algorithm or build an autonomous drone. This leads to your motivation ebbing away until you finally decide to just give up on the whole thing. What worked for me was blending the basics with building interesting things. I spent as little time as possible learning the basics and immediately dove into building things that really excited me. I will now give you a step-by-step process of how to learn Python, which should make it interesting for you, regardless of why you want to learn it. The first step is to figure out what motivates you. Before you dive in to learn Python, it's worth asking yourself, why do you want to learn Python? Because it's likely going to be a very long, joyful or painful journey if you do not have a strong enough motivation. For example, when I was in high school or college, I used to fall asleep during programming classes because I wasn't motivated to learn the syntax. But when I had to build a website using Python, I stayed up all night. So figure out what motivates you. That will help you figure out an end goal, and it will help you lay out a path that will help you reach that goal. So first, understand what your motivation is. Step 2. Learn the basic syntax. Unfortunately, this step can't be skipped, as you will need to learn at least the basic minimum syntax in Python before you can dive into the areas that really interest you. You want to spend as little time as possible on this, as it is not very motivating. Here are some resources which will help you learn the syntax of Python. One resource is Learn Python the Hard Way. It is a book that teaches the very basics of Python syntax to more complex programs. The third step is to make structured projects. Once you learn some basic syntax, start working on projects that you thought of. Projects are a great way to learn as they help you apply your knowledge, and unless you apply your knowledge, you will not be able to retain it. Projects help push your capabilities, they help you learn new things, and they also help you build a portfolio that you can show to potential employers. The fourth step is to work on projects of your own. In the initial stages, you may consult or take help from others on structured projects. But now it is time for you to start working on your own projects. Before you begin working on your own projects, you must have a solid grasp of debugging any errors or problems with your project. Once you are comfortable with debugging any errors, start working on your own projects. The fifth step is to keep working on harder projects. Keep increasing the difficulty and scope of your projects. If you are completely comfortable with what you're building, it means it's trying to try something harder. Here are some ideas for when the time comes. Try teaching a novice how to build a project that you made. Can you scale up your tool? Can it handle more data, or can it handle more traffic? Can you make it run faster? Can you make your tool useful for more people? Or how would you go about commercializing what you made? So to summarize, here are the steps for learning Python. Number 1, figure out what motivates you. Number 2, learn basic syntax. Number 3, work on structured projects. Number 4, work on projects of your own. And number 5, keep working on more complex projects. At the end of the day, Python is constantly evolving. There are very few people who can legitimately claim to completely understand it, and these are the people who have actually created it. The only way to keep improving is to keep learning and keep working on the projects. If you do this right, 6 months from now, you will look back at the code you wrote today and you will think how terrible it is. If you are at that stage, you are on the right track. So I welcome you to the world of programming. Keep watching, keep learning. For more information on programming careers, do watch our other videos, do subscribe, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments.